Hello everyone, this is Rick with My Interview Practice, and in this short video, we're going to walk you through how to take your first practice interview. We'll begin here on our dashboard where you'll see a few options: practicing a general interview, an interview that targets a specific industry, or a custom interview where you can create your own questions to practice. Now we'll actually dive deeper into custom interviews in a separate video, so for today, we're going to focus on the first two that you see on your screen. We'll start right here under the general interview. Now these will cover most of the questions you'll get in a typical generic interview. Things like, walk me through your resume, or how did you hear about us? But when we click on this, you will notice there are two options available. You'll see here that a user has a chance to try a unique, one-of-a-kind interview where they won't get the same questions when they repeat the interview. Or they can choose from multiple scripted interviews, something they can practice over and over. Let me click on that and show you a few examples. So as you can see, we have a ton of helpful options here so people can really focus on a specific topic. As an example, if you are heading back to work, you may want to practice some specific questions related to that topic. Down here, we see career change. If you're going for a new career choice, you may want to prepare yourself for questions that will likely to be asked. Now let's back up here, and then let's jump into the interview by industry. Now obviously no accountant wants to practice questions related to web design, so we give you the option to practice an interview based on specific industries. So here we are. When I click on this, you will notice a search bar. We can type a few words. Let's type in IT, for example, and you will notice that a bunch of categories come up with anything with the words IT in it. If we typed in BA, we have a couple that are bank related or even have database. So that is one way to search. The second way to search is through the categories that you see on your screen. And you will see we have a lot of categories available here. Now, of course, we are not going to be able to have a category for everything that's out there, which is why we have the custom interview function available to you, which we cover in another video. But for today, let's go ahead and select from an interview that we see right here. I've clicked on Information Technology. Let's go ahead right here and click on Network Administrator, and let's get started. So when I click on Network Administrator, it comes up with an option. First, what experience level am I going for? Obviously, entry-level questions are going to be much different than senior management questions. So for today, let's stick with entry-level for our example. Next, how long do you want the interview to be? Obviously, the longer it is, the more questions will be asked. In this case, we're going to keep it on 20 minutes, which will ask us 7 questions. We click the Next button. Now you get to select what type of questions you would like to be asked, ranging from all behavioral questions, which are designed to dig into how you've handled interpersonal relationships or conflict in the workforce, anything like that, all the way up to the all technical questions designed to really dig into what the person already knows. Now, I'm going to point out here that this is a feature that really separates us from our competitors. They don't tailor their questions for each category. They're generic, but we provide specific and helpful questions to really prepare people. So for today, let's keep it on equal mix. Right below that, you want to select your simulator mode, practice or real. What's the difference? Well, the practice mode will allow a user to pause, redo a question, start over, or even skip a question that they don't like. But for the most realistic interview practice, they can keep it on real mode where they have to go straight through just like an actual interview. So for today, we're going to keep it on practice mode and click Next. And up comes one more option. As you can see, you can click on Get Started with Video, which most people do. But if for some reason you want to record audio only, you certainly do have that option right here. So let's get started and jump into an interview, and I'm going to click Get Started with Video, and when I do, you will notice that it does a quick network, audio, and video check, and here you go. Now you see our host for the webinar right now. So what are we going to do next? Well, we need to click on the one button to get moving. That is the Start Interview Simulator, so let's get started. When I click, it comes up with the first question. You can see that right here. Now you're going to notice a countdown timer. This gives the user a few seconds to get their thoughts in order before the recording actually begins. Now you see on your screen that it is recording and it's counting up. You will also notice under the max time. This is the maximum time limit for this recording. So if you ramble on for 14 minutes, that's not going to help you. So this allows a user to keep very focused. When we're ready, we click on Next Question. As you see, up comes question number 2. Now, as these questions are going through, I want you to notice 2 things. Number 1, when I click Next Question, how quickly it moves on to the next question. It saves and moves on to the next question very fast. We have noticed with our competition that it can take 30 or 40 seconds for the next question to come up. Well, that's not real life. You need to keep moving. So, as we go through and click Next Question, the next one pops up very quickly. Now, let's just say, for example, I don't know the answer to this question and I would like to skip that. You can click Skip Question right down at the bottom of the screen. And of course, I can start this question over. I can stop the recording, and you'll notice in the upper right corner, I can even leave this interview and come back to it at a later time. So with that, I will continue going through these final questions here to allow you to see what this is all about. So the countdown timer ends, and I have 3 minutes to answer this question. Now you'll also notice a little button right here. If I would like to see myself on camera, I can click that and show you that I can see myself on the camera. Now this is often distracting. Usually people leave this off. So I'm going to continue, and here we go. We are now on question 7, and you will notice it does not say Next Question anymore. It says Complete Interview. So once this is done, I am going to click Complete Interview, and we're complete. It very politely thanks me, and it allows me to go back to the home screen, or I can review my responses. Now for today, we're not going to review the responses on this video, but we will certainly do that on another short video to show you how to review your interview responses, give yourself feedback, and to share it with other people. So that's all for this short video. Thank you very much for joining us here, and of course for other videos, please feel free to get back to our FAQ page and our support page to watch more videos just like this. Thank you very much for joining me. Appreciate your time. Have a great rest of your day.